Alright, so this is going to be update number like 20, I think. I'm not sure. I lost count of all the adjustments that I've had. I am coming up on 2 years though, and in 9 days. Today is August 19th, 2015. I got my braces 2 years ago, August 28th, 2013. And a lot has happened in the past couple of years. If you want to go back and see my first video, you'll see how screwed up my jaw was and my teeth and everything. But now you can see that I have come a long way. And let me see. Update to the last video that I posted, which was on June 1st. A lot has happened since then. When I got back from Mexico from Memorial Day, I busted the power chain that was installed after the TADs were inserted in my lower jaw. When I went back to the dentist about a week and a half after I got back from Mexico, he installed new TADs in my jaw. Now, these are the ones that came out. They're about an inch. No, actually, I'm sorry. These are about a quarter of an inch long. And when I went to the dentist or to the ortho, he installed TADs that were 3/4 of an inch. Now, that'd be 3 of these little suckers. And I don't know, I'm trying to get it focused right there. That'd be 3 of these. And if you can imagine the length of 3 of these going into your jaw, it hurt like hell. I was really nervous when he told me that he was gonna put them in. I was shaking. I couldn't control it. I was just freaking out. Not so much the pain of him installing it freaked me out. The thought of the night to come once the Novocaine wears off. That's what I was anticipating. That's what I was freaking out about. But just a couple Vicodins and it went away. So I did have to call in sick for a couple of days, but after that, he put 3 more TADs in. This one here. That one there is the new one. He left it sticking up about, I don't know, a few millimeters. He left it sticking up so that the power chains wouldn't pop off, because the last ones he put it pretty flush against my jawbone, and the power chains kept popping off, and that wasn't good. But with adding the new TADs and putting the power chains, we weren't able to my jaw was able to go back those 3 millimeters that we were aiming for. So before, I did have a malocclusion, which was I was a class 3 malocclusion, which was fancy way of saying an underbite. And I think at one point I was like 5 or 6 millimeters my forward, I guess you could say. My jaw was forward about 4 or 5 millimeters. And then up a few months ago, we were able to get it pretty flush. Like maybe my teeth were right on top of each other. And so I guess that would have been like a 0 malocclusion or 0 millimeter, I don't know. But we were able to retract my jaw some using those TADs and power chains. So now I have an underbite. And it's normal like that. I'm not. That's all my teeth back here are meeting. All the ones over here are meeting, and my upper teeth are overlapping. My my bottom teeth, which is pretty awesome. I've never had that before ever in my life. Biting has gotten a lot. It had some getting used to, but now when I bite something, it's like I can now like rip it open. Like I ate I think I was eating a kiwi yesterday, and when I bit into it, it just I like sliced right through. It was pretty awesome. I've never had that before. Before I used to have to struggle to like chew something. I had to like keep turning it and biting it and turning it. It was it was a struggle. I had never noticed because I was just used to the way it was for so long. But let's see. The top teeth, he did put a longer tad up here. Here. I don't know if you can see it. But those are pulling my teeth that way, creating a gap here. Here. And my teeth are slowly moving so that we could move one tooth at a time to try to cure that deviated midline. Because if you look at me, honestly, you could tell I have a tooth right in the middle of my midline, and that's what they're trying to cure. Not only that, but let's see, got some gaps there, and then of course that little molar there is like down. He says he's gonna pull it up, and that should close everything up. I think that my bottom set is pretty good, but my top set needs some work. So he said about 6 months before my braces come off. So hopefully in those 6 months, everything will look good. But I'm really happy with the results so far. It's been a long, tough, and painful journey, but I recommend it to anybody who is an adult. And I mean by adult, I mean in their mid to late 30s. If you're thinking about getting braces, I think that it's well worth it. It's definitely a confidence booster. I I I can't wait to get my braces off, but I'm really happy with the results so far. In 8 months or 6 months, we'll see what the end product looks like. But I have my next appointment in about 3 weeks, and I will try to post another video then. But I do start school in a few days, so it's gonna be hard with everything again. But I promise I will try to do some quick updates or whatever. If you have any questions, just drop them down there, and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Take care.